The Congress, of course, is hit back at the Prime Minister and says they do not need any certificate from the BJP as it's the saffron party that needs to introspect first.
देखिए बीजेपी पहले अपने गिरेबान में झांक कर देखे क्योंकि उनके जितने नेता हैं वो बिखरे हुए हैं। हमारे नेता मंच पर एक साथ हैं, हमारे नेता मन से एक साथ हैं, हमारे नेता जमीन पर भी एक साथ कैंपेन कर रहे हैं। तो हमें बीजेपी से तो सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए नहीं है और मैं मानती हूँ कि हम लोग बहुत अच्छा कैंपेन रन कर रहे हैं। हम लोग सब लगातार पूरे राजस्थान का दौरा कर रहे हैं, माहौल बहुत अच्छा है।
Very interesting that the Congress says माहौल बहुत अच्छा है कांग्रेस के अंदर, Gajraj, because we've seen the kind of non-stop tussles, that have made to the headlines time and again between Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot and his former deputy Sachin Pilot. He in fact took out a massive rally just a few months ago as well, which was a show of strength on his part in the state of Rajasthan. And the Prime Minister today, while using cricket analogy, has gone ahead to say ये आपस में एक दूसरे को रन आउट करते रहते हैं.
Yes, the Prime Minister has targeted Congress over their infighting and the allegations of infighting here in Rajasthan, because not only Sachin Pilot, I would also add few names that have been that in the news in past few weeks also. If you talk about Khiladi Berwa, who belongs to Sachin Pilot's camp here, he also showed some problems with the party and said that if Sachin Pilot is not put forward as the CM face, then there is no point in supporting the party here. And he has said that there should be a young face for the prime post here in the state. But the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been always targeting, because few incidents were also reported from Jodhpur, because there's one Rameshwar Dadich who was close to CM. He also left the party and joined the BJP. And apart from this, there's too many leaders in the small pockets of Rajasthan who belongs to either Pilot's camp or either Gehlot's camp. They still have some altercations between them. And now after this photo op of Sachin Pilot and Ashok Gehlot with Rahul Gandhi, that BJP is saying that it seems to be forced, because right before the elections, 6 to 7 days before the elections, if you have this kind of photo op, where were you before all of this, and for nearly 3 to 4 years when these problems were being there, and Sachin Pilot was showing his strength with the mega rallies that he has done. Studio.
What he's trying to imply in a sense is that there's no reconciliation between the two leaders, that they are only pretending to stay united. And like you said, there are several other examples that the Prime Minister may have kept in mind while launching this attack, and the timing couldn't have been any better, Gajraj. But the Congress has also come out with an interesting reaction that they don't need a certificate from the BJP. It's the BJP that must introspect first. Do they have examples or instances in particular that they can cite while hitting out at the BJP and say you must introspect first?
See, they don't have any prime example for, which could sideline this particular issue here, but they have targeted the recent, when manifesto was launched and Gajendra Shekhawat was seen, taking the poster from Vasundhara Raje, and the Congress is targeting the BJP over their infighting and saying that you snatched the poster from Vasundhara Raje, and she also did not take it back and, displayed it when JP Nadda was also present here. So the allegations over allegations that have been running in Rajasthan is the only case here. And right now, as we speak about Congress, we spoke to Sachin Pilot also, and he also claimed that there is no infighting. But as we see the history here, Sachin Pilot has been named in the CWC here, and no promise of any prime post in the state leadership has been made to him. So it again comes as a question for Sachin Pilot here, because right now both the leaders are saying that there is no infighting, and Khadge has said to Sachin Pilot to focus on the mohabbat the Congress claims, and avoid the nafrat which has been going here, and maybe the opposition here in Rajasthan fueling it, as the Congress claims. Studio.
The Prime Minister says the two rivals from within the Congress have shaken hands a number of times, 100 times, but that's all for the cameras. That's only to project a united front. In reality, the truth is far from what the Congress is trying to project. He also, interestingly, Gajraj, mentioned the concept of corruption and how the Congress party in Rajasthan is neck deep in corruption.
charges of corruption, don't really come from the RPSC paper leaks here. Charges of corruption have also been slammed by the few BJP candidates who are standing from the Mewar and Marwar constituency here. They have been saying that the reporters should be on the ground and check with the people if the current candidate of the Congress in any area of any pocket of Rajasthan, and they should take the review from the people if any works that have been done, whether you talk about the caste politics here, because some of the leaders also here, if we talk about another constituency, if you focus on the administrative postings here, there are a lot of leaders who have placed a particular caste, they have played a caste card in the administrative postings also here, and right now corruption and this particular caste-based politics have been, is being slammed by the BJP here again and again as the elections come near. Studio.
Because the Prime Minister very recently, Gajrat, spoke about the Lal Diary. Ever since Rajendra Gouda spoke about, rather revealed the 4 pages of Lal Diary that he had access to, the Prime Minister mentioned that as well in one of his election rallies in the poll-bound state. So he's perhaps taking that attack forward as well in a way.
See, the rat diary issue is, somewhere likely to be, haunting the Congress here also, because there have been a lot of pages that have been released by the MLA he was thrown out of the party, and it is very interesting to see.
Okay, so it may be that amongst the several other issues that the Prime Minister and the BJP have been raising in the poll-bound state. Let me take in a word from Congress's Rashid Alvi joining us on the phone line. A cricket analogy, the timing couldn't have been better, Mr. Alvi. He says the congressmen in Rajasthan keep running out each other.
It is absolutely wrong. How can Prime Minister speak like this about Congress party? For last 10 years, he is in power. He is Prime Minister of the country, and he should speak about his achievements. What has he done in last 10 years, rather to criticize Congress party and Gandhi family? It is not proper at all. He should speak about his achievements. What has he done in last 10 years? Because he has not done anything, that is the reason he is just criticizing Congress party and nothing else. But
Mr.
assure
Alvi, is
him,
it devoid of any truth given the kind of tussle we've seen between, let's say, the Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot and his former deputy Sachin Pilot, and they've been very vocal about these differences as well. Hasn't that and those differences, put the party in a tight spot on multiple occasions?
and what about Gadkari and Prime Minister? Gadkari has criticized so many times about the statements of Prime Minister. You know it and you don't know about it. I do not know.
The only difference being, sir, he's talking about the Rajasthan picture, and given that the state is inching towards elections, it's a poll-bound state. These kind of allegations are going to come in, but the nature of the allegations is something that the BJP is using to its advantage, if I may put it that way.
No, not at all. It is not at all. What Sachin Pilot has made allegations were against Vasundhara Raje, not against the government. But what Gadkari was talking about his
Let's see whether or not we do see a united Congress post-Rajasthan elections, regardless of whether or not they do come back to power.